The following statements is not correct about the Rajya Sabha? A. Rajya Sabha is a permanent body. B. It was duly constituted for the first time on April 3, 1952. C. 12 of Rajya Sabha members are nominated by the President. D. 1/3 of its members retire every year. Hide answer. Correct answer D. 1/3 of its members retire every year. Notes: fourth statement is incorrect because 1/3 of its members retire every 2 years. Rajya Sabha is a permanent body. It was duly constituted for the first time on April 3, 1952. 12 of Rajya Sabha members are nominated by the President. 2. The Mandal Commission was constituted during the tenure of which among the following Prime Ministers? A. Indira Gandhi. B. Morarji Desai. C. Rajiv Gandhi. D. VP Singh. Show answer. Correct answer B. Morarji Desai. Notes: on the 20th of December 1978, India's Prime Minister, Morarji Desai of the Janata Party, announced the formation of a second backward classes commission whose chairman was B. P. Mandal, a former member of parliament. On the 31st of December 1980, the Mandal Commission submitted its report to President N. S. Reddy, recommending ways to advance India's socially and educationally backward classes. On the 7th of August 1990, Prime Minister V. P. Singh announced in the parliament that his government would implement the Mandal Commission's recommendations. This was followed by the violent objections in northern part of India. 3. Which among the following parts of Constitution of India includes the concept of welfare states? A. Preamble. B. Fundamental rights. C. Directive principles. D. Fourth schedule. Show answer. Correct answer C. Directive principles. Notes: Directive principles of state policy contained in Part 4, Arts 36 to 51 of the Constitution of India aim to establish social and economic democracy, justice through a welfare state. 4. Which of the following acts created Supreme Court of Judicature at Fort William? A. The Regulating Act 1773. B. Indian Councils Act 1861. C. Dundas Bill of 1783. D. Charter Act of 1833. Show answer. Correct answer A. The Regulating Act 1773. Notes: the Regulating Act of 1773 established a Supreme Court at Fort William, Calcutta. This Supreme Court consisted one Chief Justice and 3 other regular judges or Queen judges. Sir Elijah Impey was the first Chief Justice of this Supreme Court. 5. Which of the following states of India were union territories before becoming states? A. Himachal Pradesh and Tripura. B. Himachal Pradesh, Manipur and Tripura. C. Himachal Pradesh, Manipur, Sikkim and Tripura. D. None of the above. Show answer. Correct answer B. Himachal Pradesh, Manipur and Tripura. Notes: 5 current states viz. Goa, Himachal Pradesh, Manipur, Tripura and Mizoram were union territories before becoming full-fledged states. Goa became state in 1987, Himachal Pradesh in 1971, Manipur and Tripura in 1972 and Mizoram became state in 1987. Sikkim had become a protectorate in 1974 and it was given full statehood in 1974 under 35th Amendment. Jammu and Kashmir is the only state in India which has been converted to two union territories. 6. Introduction of provincial autonomy is related to which of the following acts? A. The Government of India Act, 1858. B. The Government of India Act, 1909. C. The Government of India Act, 1919. D. The Government of India Act, 1935. Show answer. Correct answer D. The Government of India Act, 1935. Notes: the Government of India Act, 1935 allowed provinces to act as autonomous units of administration in their defined spheres. It introduced responsible government in the provinces, that is, the governor was required to act with the advice of ministers responsible to the provincial legislature. 7. In which year Sikkim was included in the Northeastern Council? A. 1992, B. 1999, C. 2002, D. 2005. Show answer. Correct answer, C. 2002. Notes: the Northeastern Council was set up in 1971 to deal with the problems of 7 northeast states of India. It was set up under the legislation called Northeastern Council Act, 1972. The state of Sikkim has also been included in the Northeastern Council with a Northeastern Council Amendment Act 2002 notified on the 23rd of December 2002. 8. Which of the following part of Indian Constitution resembles the standard-setting Charter of the United Nations and the Universal Declaration of Human Rights of 1948? A. Part 2, B. Part 3, C. Part 4, D. Part 5. Show answer. Correct answer, B. Part 3. Notes: Universal Declaration of Human Rights was on the final stage of drafting at the United Nations when India's constitution was adopted. India is a signatory to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Thus, Part 3 of the Constitution is partly inspired by UDHR also. 9. Alding is the national parliament of A. Ireland, B. Iceland, C. Portugal, D. Spain. Show answer. Correct answer, B. Iceland. Notes: please note that Alding is the oldest functioning parliamentary institution in the world, established in 930 AD. 10. Which act during British India provided financial grant for encouragement of Indian literature and promotion of science? A. Amendment Act of 1781, B. Charter Act of 1813, C. Charter Act of 1833, D. Charter Act of 1853. Hide answer. Correct answer, B. Charter Act of 1813. Notes: Charter Act of 1813 not only allowed the missionaries to travel to India, but also provided for the allocation of 100,000 rupees per year for 2 specific purposes. First, for the encouragement of the learned natives of India and the revival of and improvement of literature. Secondly, for the promotion of knowledge of sciences among Indians. Among the following put forward the idea of Constituent Assembly for India for the first time? A. Jawaharlal Nehru, B. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, C. Dr. Rajendra Prasad, D. M. N. Roy. Show answer. Correct answer, D. M. N. Roy. Notes: M. N. Roy in 1934 put forward the idea of Constituent Assembly of India for the first time. He is also known as the pioneer of communist movement in India and an advocate of radical democratism. 12. Which of the following personalities was not a member of the Constituent Assembly? A. K. M. Munshi, B. Dr. Rajendra Prasad, C. G. V. Mavalankar, D. Mahatma Gandhi. Show answer. Correct answer, D. Mahatma Gandhi. Notes: Constituent Assembly was not directly elected on the basis of adult franchise, but it did comprise representatives from all the sections of the society. It included all the important personalities with the exception of Mahatma Gandhi and M.A. Jinnah. 13. The original Constitution of India had included 14 languages in the 8th schedule. Which of the following was the 15th language to be included in this schedule? A. Konkani, B. Dogri, C. Sindhi, D. Manipuri. Show answer. Correct answer, C. Sindhi. Notes: 8th schedule mentions the languages recognized by the Constitution of India. Originally it contained 14 languages, but presently there are 22 languages. Sindhi was added by the 21st Amendment Act of 1967. Konkani, Manipuri and Nepali were added in 1992 by 71st Constitutional Amendment Act, and Bodo, Dogri, Mathili and Santali were added in 2003 by 92nd Constitutional Amendment Act. 14. The bills related to territorial rearrangement of Indian states and union territories under Articles 2 and 3 need which of the following kind of majority in Parliament? A. Simple majority. B. Effective majority. C. Absolute majority. D. Special majority.
Show answer.
Correct answer A. Simple majority. Notes: Articles 4 itself declares that laws made under Article 2 and 3 are not to be taken as amendments to the Constitution of India. Such laws can be passed by a simple majority and by the ordinary legislative processes. 15. Who described India as a quasi-federal state? A. Lord Bryce. B. K.C. Weir. C. Harold Laski. D. G. Austin. Show answer. Correct answer B. K.C. Weir. Notes: The federal system in the Constitution was adopted due to two main reasons: the large size of the country and its socio-cultural diversity. K.C. Weir described India as a quasi-federal state. 16. Which committee inquired into whether the parliamentary system should be continued or should be replaced by the presidential system? A. Swaran Singh Committee. B. Sarkaria Commission. C. Punchi Commission. D. Rajamannar Commission. Show answer. Correct answer A. Swaran Singh Committee. Notes: The Swaran Singh Committee appointed by the Congress government in 1975 inquired into whether the parliamentary system should be continued or should be replaced by the presidential system. The committee stated that the parliamentary system has been doing well and there is no need to replace it by the presidential system. 17. Which of the following method is used for election of president in India? A. Open ballot system. B. Single transferable vote system. C. Direct election. D. None of the above. Show answer. Correct answer B. Single transferable vote system. Notes: The president's election in India is held in accordance with the system of proportional representation by means of the single transferable vote. Voting is held by secret ballot. This system ensures that the successful candidate wins by the absolute majority of votes. 18. Who is the chairman of Parliamentary Affairs Committee? A. Prime Minister. B. Finance Minister. C. Home Minister. D. Speaker. Show answer. Correct answer C. Home Minister. Notes: Parliamentary Affairs Committee is chaired by the Union Home Minister. The Parliamentary Affairs Committee looks after the progress of government business in the Parliament of India. This is one of the most important cabinet committees. 19. Which of the following states has reserved the maximum number of seats for scheduled tribes in Lok Sabha? A. Chhattisgarh. B. Bihar. C. Madhya Pradesh. D. Uttar Pradesh. Show answer. Correct answer C. Madhya Pradesh. Notes: After the recommendation of Delimitation Commission in 2008, Madhya Pradesh has reserved maximum number of seats for scheduled tribes in Lok Sabha. There is no seats reserved for STs in the state of Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. 20. Which of the following states that the amount of the demand be reduced by 100 rupees? A. Policy cut motion. B. Economy cut motion. C. Token cut motion. D. Budget cut motion. Show answer.
Correct answer C. Token cut motion.
Notes: The token cut motion ventilates a specific grievance that is within the sphere of responsibility of the government. The motion states that the amount of the demand be reduced by 100 rupees. Which of the following appointments are made by the governor? 1. He appoints the chief minister and other ministers. 2. He appoints the state election commissioner. 3. He appoints the advocate general of a state. 4. He appoints the chairman of the State Public Service Commission. Select the correct option from the codes given below. A. Only 1 and 2. B. Only 2 and 4. C. Only 2 and 3. D. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Show answer. Correct answer D. 1, 2, 3 and 4.
Notes: A governor is responsible for the appointment of the chief minister and other ministers, state election commissioner, advocate general of a state, and the chairman and members of the State Public Service Commission.
22. The rights of ministers with respects to the houses are enshrined in which article? A. Article 171, B. Article 173, C. Article 175, D. Article 177. Show answer. Correct answer D. Article 177. Notes: the Article 177 state that every minister shall have the right to speak and take part in the proceedings of the Assembly and also the Council where it exists. Also he has the right to speak and take part in any committee of the state legislature of which he may be named a member. 23. Who is the chairman of Business Advisory Committee in the state legislature? A. Speaker, B. Chairman, C. Chief Minister, D. Governor. Show answer. Correct answer A. Speaker. Notes: the Speaker of Legislative Assembly is empowered to appoint the chairman of all the committees of the Assembly and supervises their functioning. He himself is the chairman of the Business Advisory Committee, the Rules Committee and the General Purpose Committee. 24. Who elects the Deputy Speaker in the Legislative Assembly? A. Governor, B. Chief Minister, C. Speaker, D. Assembly itself. Show answer. Correct answer D. Assembly itself. Notes: just like the Speaker, the Deputy Speaker in the Assembly is also elected by the Assembly itself from amongst its members. He is usually elected after the election of the Speaker has taken place. 25. How much seats are reserved for scheduled tribes in panchayats out of total seats under PESA Act? A. 1/2, B. 1/3, C. 1/4, D. 1/5. Show answer. Correct answer A. 1/2. Notes: under the PESA Act, the reservation for the scheduled tribes shall not be less than 1/2 of the total number of seats. Further, all seats of the chairpersons of panchayats at all levels shall be reserved for the scheduled tribes. 26. How are the members of a port trust selected? A. Election, B. Nomination, C. Both of them, D. None of them. Show answer. Correct answer C. Both of them. Notes: a port trust created by an Act of Parliament has both elected and nominated members. It performs more or less similar functions as that of a municipality. 27. Who is the present Governor of Reserve Bank of India? A. Urjit Patel, B. Raghuram Rajan, C. Bimal Jalan, D. Shaktikanta Das. Show answer. Correct answer D. Shaktikanta Das. Notes: the Reserve Bank of India, RBI, is India's central bank. It was established on April 1, 1935 in accordance with the provisions of the Reserve Bank of India Act, 1934. The present governor is Shaktikant Das. 28. When was the Financial Stability and Development Council, FSDC, constituted? A. 1990, B. 2000, C. 2005, D. 2010. Show answer. Correct answer D. 2010. Notes: the Financial Stability and Development Council was constituted in the year 2010. It was set up to strengthen and institutionalize the mechanism for maintaining financial stability and promoting financial sector development in India. 29. Who acts as the district returning officer at the district level? A. A person appointed by the Panchayat, B. Head of the Gram Sabha, C. Collector, D. Member of State Legislative Assembly. Show answer. Correct answer C. Collector. Notes: at the district level, the Election Commission of India is assisted by the collector who acts as the district returning officer. He also appoints a returning officer for every constituency in the district. 30. The National Commission for Scheduled Tribes (STs) is constituted under which article of the Indian Constitution? A. Article 338, B. Article 338A, C. Article 339, D. Article 340. Show answer. Correct answer B. Article 338A. Notes: National Commission for Scheduled Tribes (STs), like the National Commission for Scheduled Castes, is also a constitutional body in the sense that it is established by Article 338A of the Constitution of India. Which of the following can organize Lok Adalats? 1. State Legal Services Authority 2. District Legal Services Authority 3. Supreme Court Legal Services Committee 4. Taluk Legal Services Committee. Select the correct option from the codes given below. A. Only 1 and 2. B. Only 1, 2 and 3. C. Only 1, 3 and 4. D. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Show answer. Correct answer D. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Notes: the following can organize Lok Adalats: the State Legal Services Authority are the District Legal Services Authority are the Supreme Court Legal Services Committee are the High Court Legal Services Committee are the Taluk Legal Services Committee may organize Lok Adalats. 32. Which committee recommended that Nyay Panchayats should be kept as separate bodies from that of Development Panchayats? A. GVK Rao Committee, B. Dantwala Committee, C. Ashok Mehta Committee, D. Hanumantha Rao Committee. Show answer. Correct answer C. Ashok Mehta Committee. Notes: the Ashok Mehta Committee recommended that the Nyay Panchayats should be kept as separate bodies from that of Development Panchayats. They should be presided over by a qualified judge. 33. Which committee recommended that there should also be reservation of seats for women in Panchayati Raj institutions? A. Tungan Committee, B. LM Singhvi Committee, C. GVK Rao Committee, D. Gargil Committee. Show answer. Correct answer A. Tungan Committee. Notes: the PK Tungan Committee recommended that the reservation of seats in all the three tiers should be on the basis of population. It also suggested for the reservation of seats for women. 34. Which of the following are a type of the urban local government? A. Municipal corporation, B. Cantonment board, C. Port trust, D. All of the above. Show answer. Correct answer D. All of the above. Notes: 8 types of urban local governments function in India. 1. Municipal corporation. 2. Municipality. 3. Notified Area Committee. 4. Town Area Committee. 5. Cantonment Board. 6. Township. 7. Port Trust. 8. Special Purpose Agency. 35. Who is empowered to direct that any particular act of Parliament or the state legislature does not apply to a scheduled area or apply with specified modifications and exceptions? A. Parliament, B. President, C. Rajya Sabha, D. Governor. Show answer. Correct answer D. Governor. Notes: the Governor of State is empowered to direct that any particular act of Parliament of India or the state legislature does not apply to a scheduled area or applies with specified modifications and exceptions. 36. How many members are there in the State Human Rights Commission including the chairman? A. 2, B. 3, C. 4, D. 5. Show answer. Correct answer B. 3. Notes: the State Human Rights Commission is a multi-member body which consists of a chairperson and 2 other members. The chairperson and members are appointed by the governor of the state on the recommendations of a committee consisting of the chief minister as its head. 37. Which article empowers the appropriate legislature, parliament or state legislature to establish a tribunal for the adjudication of election disputes? A. Article 323A, B. Article 323B, C. Article 324, D. Article 325. Show answer. Correct answer B. Article 323B. Notes: Article 323B of the Constitution of India empowers the appropriate legislature, parliament or state legislature to establish a tribunal for the adjudication of election disputes in India. 38. In which year the Indian Forest Service was established as the Third All India Service? A. 1966, B. 1968, C. 1970, D. 1972. Show answer. Correct answer A. 1966. Notes: in the year 1966, the Indian Forest Service was established as the Third All India Service. All India services are those services which are common to both the central and state governments. 39. Who appoints the chairperson of the National Commission for Backward Classes (NCBC)? A. Parliament. B. President. C. Prime Minister. D. Governor. Show answer. Correct answer B. President. Notes: the National Commission for Backward Classes consists of a chairperson, a vice chairperson and 3 other members. They are appointed by the President of India by a warrant under his hand and seal. 40. Under which article of the Constitution the CAG advises the President with regard to prescription of the form in which the accounts of the centre and the states shall be kept? A. Article 150. B. Article 151. C. Article 152. D. Article 153. Show answer. Correct answer A. Article 150. Notes: under Article 150 of the Constitution of India, the CAG advises the President with regard to prescription of the form in which the accounts of the centre and the states shall be kept. 41. Which article of the Constitution made right to form cooperative societies a fundamental right? A. Article 16. B. Article 17. C. Article 18. D. Article 19. Show answer. Correct answer D. Article 19. Notes: the 19th article of the Constitution of India made right to form cooperative societies a fundamental right. Part 9b of the Constitution of India contains provisions with respect to the cooperative societies. 42. What does had mean under the Islamic criminal law? A. Blood money. B. Censuring. C. Limit or barrier. D. None of the above. Show answer. Correct answer B. Censuring. Notes: in Islamic jurisprudence, had means boundary of limit or barrier. It is the punishment as has been exactly prescribed by the Quran or the Hadith. 43. Who appoints the adjudicating authority under Prevention of Money Laundering Act, 2002? A. Central Government. B. President. C. Prime Minister. D. Union Finance Minister. Show answer. Correct answer A. Central Government. Notes: the adjudicating authority under Prevention of Money Laundering Act, 2002 is appointed by the central government through notification to exercise jurisdiction, powers and authority conferred under PMLA. 44. The Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Act, a Right to Education Act, RTE, was enacted in which year? A. 2009. B. 2010. C. 2011. D. 2013. Show answer. Correct answer A. 2009. Notes: the Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Act, a Right to Education Act, RTE, was enacted on the 4th of August 2009. It describes the modalities of the importance of free and compulsory education for children aged between 6 to 14 years. The Banking Regulation Act, 1949 was amended in which year to include cooperative banks under its purview? A. 1961. B. 1962. C. 1964. D. 1965. Show answer. Correct answer D. 1965. Notes: the Banking Regulation Act, 1949 was amended in the year 1965 to include cooperative banks under its purview. Cooperative banks are banks which operate only in one state, are formed and run by the state government only. 46. In which year Bonded Labor System Abolition Act was passed? A. 1975. B. 1976. C. 1977. D. 1978. Show answer. Correct answer B. 1976. Notes: Indian Parliament enacted Bonded Labor System Abolition Act was passed by the Parliament of India in 1976. The Article 23 of the Constitution of India prohibits the practice of traffic in human beings and of forced labor. 47. The Factories Act was passed in which year? A. 1948. B. 1948. C. 1950. D. 1951. Show answer. Correct answer A. 1948. Notes: the Factories Act was passed in the year 1948. It was later amended by the Factories Amendment Act, 1987. The Act assists in formulating national policies in India with respect to occupational safety and health in factories and docks in India. 48. MNREGA is implemented by which of the following? A. Gram Panchayat, B. District Collector, C. State Legislature, D. Governor. Show answer. Correct answer A. Gram Panchayat. Notes: Mahatma Gandhi Employment Guarantee Act was enacted in 2005. It is implemented mainly by the Gram Panchayats. The employment under Mahatma Gandhi Employment Guarantee Act is a legal entitlement. 49. National Food Security Act was passed in which year? A. 2011, B. 2012, C. 2013, D. 2014. Show answer. Correct answer C. 2013. The National Food Security Act was passed in the year 2013 by the Parliament of India. It is also known as Right to Food Act. It aims to provide subsidized food grains to the poor. 50. What type of GST is levied on the activities of charitable institutions? A. CGST. B. SGST. Show answer. Correct answer D. They are exempted from levying any kind of tax. Notes: As per the Section 12AA of the Income Tax Act 1961, the activities of charitable institutions registered under the Act are exempted from levying any kind of tax.